Hello there, this is Michelle here. I am just going to make this short video because a lot of people have asked me, how did you get started with Beachbody? Why did you get started with Beachbody? What keeps you with Beachbody? So I thought I'd just make this video to share with you a little bit about my story, why I started, when I started, and why I stayed. So I started about 3 years ago, actually. Tax day 2013 was when I actually started my program. I was roughly about 240 pounds, give or take. On a good day was under 240, on a bad day was over 240. I was very depressed, high anxiety, fear, a lot of anger issues, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and just overall unhealthy, mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally. I had not dealt with anything really my entire life. I had run away from pretty much everything that caused me to have any feelings or that made me feel uncomfortable. So it was about 2 o'clock in the morning one night. I was walking down the hall. I actually would get tired walking down the hall of my house, single-story house. I sat down on the couch to have a big-ass bowl of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and there was an infomercial for Insanity on, and there was Shanti, and he was yelling at me through the TV. I was like, this dude's yelling at me. And so my husband was like, you know what, let's get it. Let's just go ahead and get it and do it. And I was terrified, you guys. Let me tell you, I was terrified. This was so far outside of my comfort zone that I had never gone through or done any sort of workout like this before. I had worked out throughout my whole life. Was it Rockin' to the Oldies, or that Richard Simmons workouts? I did the Cindy Crawford workout. I don't know if any of you have heard of that one. Jillian Michaels, Tybo, Galad. I don't know if you know who Galad is. I still love Galad. And then Zeus, just all sorts of workouts. I've done everything, and results weren't happening. Obviously, I know now why the results weren't happening, but so it came in the mail. We got it, and I actually started Insanity before I became a coach. About almost a month it took me. After my first month of Insanity, I decided to actually become a coach. When I started Insanity, I had invited my friend Lauren to be in a group with me, with a couple of other girls that I knew would hold me accountable to complete the program. That was my goal. My only goal was to just complete the program because I knew that I needed change. I needed some desperate, serious change. And if I threw myself so far outside of my comfort zone that it required me to change, I wouldn't be able to do this if I didn't change. So that's why I wanted accountability, to make sure that I completed it. So I asked Lauren to join me, and she was like, have you ever thought about being a coach? Because basically that's what you're doing. What you're doing right now is coaching. And so I had actually thought about it a little bit. I had been approached a couple of times by some other coaches. I wasn't ready. I didn't have a connection with these other coaches like I do with Lauren. And so when she asked me that, I was like, I kind of have been thinking about it, really. I've been pondering it. And so she sent me a little bit of information, kind of like, a little bit of story about what you're doing, kind of like you watching my story here. And I remember I was working out and I posted something on Facebook, and I wasn't a coach yet, and somebody sent me a message, and they were like, I just want to say thank you for sharing this because you worked out today and you completed it, I worked out today. And I got this feeling like, oh my gosh, I had this passion lit up, this fire inside of me lit up again. I've been doing mortgages for 17 years. When I started Insanity, I was with a company that I was extremely unhappy with. I was in a volatile relationship with the managers that I was working with, and my blood pressure was high every day. I was 33 on the verge of a heart attack. I was that horrible feeling. I was that dark. Like I felt like my light had almost dimmed out, and I was hanging by a thread, and Shanti was that thread. And she sent me that message, and I was like, oh, yeah, this is it. That feeling inside of she didn't quit. She didn't say no to herself today because she saw me say yes to myself today. So that's when I told Lauren, I was like, you know what, let's do this. I'm ready. I'm ready to sign up. I want to be a coach. I want to do this. And 3 years later, I can't even tell you, I've lost 50 to 60 pounds. I'm still on my journey. I've gone up and down a little bit. I've lost a ton of body fat. I've got a lot of muscle. But it's my depression. My depression, my anxiety, my fear of life is gone. I mean, there's fears that pop in, but through coaching, the biggest thing with coaching is personal development and growth. And that's really 95% of coaching. And so when I started diving into personal development, I really started healing from the inside out. And it took the physical exercise, the physical strength that I felt when I worked out to help me feel more confident and less afraid to dive inside and start working on the inside. So over these last 3 years, I've grown some amazing friendships. I've grown an amazing business, and it continues to grow. And not only the personal things, the weight loss, the personal development, the mental health, the emotional strength, the spiritual strength that I've been able to grow and get connected with again. Not only that has happened, which if I didn't get paid, I would be a coach for the rest of my life just because of that, and the community and the friendships and the sisterhood and the brotherhood. I mean, everything that comes with that side of it, I would coach even if I didn't make a dime. But what's so amazing about this opportunity and about coaching is that I can make money just by helping people. And I know it sounds odd. A lot of people out there always ask me like, oh, what's the catch? What's the catch? And the catch is that I work. I don't sit on my ass and not work for it. I work for it. I reach out and I help people. And we go through some serious growth with people, and it's that fire, that desire, that passion, that growth of, because I feel so good, I want everybody else to feel this good. And so I'm going to do what I can to help people feel this good, to break cycles, addiction, food addiction in my house, codependency, all of that is a cycle in our family. And I've been able to help break a lot of those cycles because of coaching. And because coaching is the vehicle, the opportunity, the platform for growth and change. And so the fact that I can make money and create financial freedom, and just the freedom of choice, the opportunity, like if I want to go on a vacation, I can just go on a vacation. I don't have to worry about, I need to save up for this, I need to save up for that, or down to the point of, school pictures are coming up and I've got the extra money to pay for school pictures, or my kids need a new pair of shoes, I can go get a new pair of shoes, or groceries for the week that we need groceries. It's just an amazing opportunity to be able to create a life of freedom of choice, freedom of time, financial freedom, just by living my best life, sharing that, and helping people. So coaching literally has saved my life, my relationships, my health, my mental health, my spiritual health, my emotional health, my relationship health, everything. So truly what you see here before you right now in this video is not the person who I was when I started. And that's because I've been able to peel all the layers off. I've been able to pull back the fear. I've been able to pull back the anger. I've been able to pull back the depression. And here I am, and I'm finally starting to blossom with confidence, and I feel empowered, and I feel excited for the future, and joyfulness, and gratitude. I'm so grateful and appreciative for everything, and that's why I stay coaching, because it feels so good. And it's a legit business. And I mean, I've worked a ton of business. I've owned 2 other businesses before, and they did not succeed. And I was afraid. I was nervous. I was afraid that I was going to fail. And what I learned was that I fail every damn day. And if we're not failing, then we're not moving forward. So that's why I stay coaching. So I hope this kind of gave you a little bit of insight into me. I've done a lot of different programs. I am a PYO instructor. I'm also a Turbo Kick instructor. Before coaching, I never would have thought that I was going to be a group fitness instructor. Like there was not an ounce of confidence inside of me that could have even imagined that would happen. So I just feel really good, and I want everybody to feel this way, and that's why I keep coaching. This world is just so filled with unhealthiness and fear, and if I can do my part to help this feeling blossom and grow and manifest and expand, then I'm here doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And I love it. It is the path of my most joyous requests in life. I love it. So now I'm kind of getting all emotional about it, but I hope that kind of gives you a little insight. If you have any questions about like specific programs I've done or specific numbers or any personal questions, you'll comment below and I'll answer them. So, bye.